Quite the agent of chaos. Fulke's men are chasing their tails, not knowing where you will strike next.
Porchester has neither the supplies nor the forces to keep us out now.
And you have bought time for your allies to arrive. Many have come, not least the bishop here.
As I promised. As the keeper of God's word, it would be poor form if I did not keep my own.
Now, if the talking is done, there's blood to be spilled.
Eivor, dark news. We found a letter on one of the dead. Fulke has called for aid.
Reinforcements.
A Saxon army marches from Winchester.
Then my men and I will ride to meet them. We will harry them every step of the way to buy you time.
We may begin the assault at once, or you might wish to speak with your allies, if you've not done so already.
Warm words do thaw the chill of battle fear.
We march. When the sun sets on this day, Sigurd will be returned to us, and Fulke's head will be on a spike.
Let us begin.
Eivor, did you enjoy the gift I left you in Canterbury?
You will die today, Fulke! But your men may live if you come here to me and settle this alone!
We have nothing to settle. Die on these walls if you will. It is your choice.
No wall is high enough to keep me from you.
Then come! Claim your brother if you can. I shall wait with him. If you would find us, you need only follow his screams.
Fulke! What will the skulls say when they speak of this day? They will say we unleashed such rampant slaughter, that Odin himself stirred on his throne to watch. They will say that ravens blackened the sky, to feast on Saxon dead. So raise your swords with me now, brothers and sisters, for today is the day we carve our names into legend! I'm coming for you, brother.
Scourge, Basil. What's your secret?
I don't get hit.
Aha! The simplest strategies are the best.
Clear the way! Let's take down that palisade!
Face us, Fulke! Your cowardice betrays you!
Scorch on Saxon meat!
Snap your spine!
What's up, buddy?
You gotta see someone entering into Smite.
What's up?
I said, did I see someone entering into Smite?
Soon. Soon. I'm trying to take over a castle right now on Assassin's Creed, but I will be right there.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
Yeah, dude.
Is it good?
Yeah, I'm broadcasting. I don't know.
Ooh. Ooh.
You can watch me. Yeah, these fights are fun too. Like taking out the keeps and stuff. Just cause you're you essentially have your army against the enemy army as you're pushing through, so it's just all
you actually like
carnage.
you're actually fighting in groups?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty baller.
Yeah, because I heard that a lot of people said that they really nailed the whole like the whole Viking thing, like the whole like going to different areas, plundering, pilfering, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. They did a great job. I keep dancing back and forth between whether or not I feel like Odyssey was better. Like it did some things better, but I feel like this game definitely did some things better. I don't know. Like they really refined the whole system here, which is sweet.
I feel that it's always like a toss-up on whether that's
Yeah, did you download the update and everything?
I have not. Is it a big one?
I don't think it's too bad. That's what's going on. I was like, what the hell? You need the battering ram, you wieners. What are you doing? Do we not need it? No, I'm pretty sure I do. Did I F up by... Oh.
Oh, also, I have like a huge propensity for extortion. It's fine just because, you know, I work in construction a lot. I apologize. I realize that's not the norm for most people.
Wait, you have a huge propensity for what?
Person.
Oh, no, dude. Just to give you an idea, I was in the Army for 8 years, and I am a truck driver, so...
Oh, okay. You get it.
You're not saying anything that's going to offend me, I promise you.
Okay. It's just, I don't, you know, I got invited into this group. I was extremely happy to be invited into this group.
Oh yeah,
like,
dude.
I also have zero understanding of how you guys do.
Right.
I just jumped in and it's like, I'm a guardian, it's gonna be fine.
No, and it works. I have zero complaints, and I know the other guys feel like you're a welcome addition.
Ah, perfect.
We're...
Because I would very much like straightforwardness if there's ever any problems. I don't want to have a problem.
Oh yeah, no, dude. You're good.
Let's see, by daylight, we want to kill the concrete genie. I literally just started it. I can't delete it. I can't do it.
What's that? Concrete genie?
Yeah, the one that was free on free to play for the PS Plus.
Yeah. Is it any good?
Have you? Cause I think it's good. I think it's good so far. I'm enjoying it. Have you tried it yet?
No, not yet.
It's really like the game. At first, I was like, "Oh my god, is it just gonna be like a coloring book?" It is not a coloring book.
Nice.
It is so much weirder than the coloring book, but it's a good game. You know what? No one ever plays Player Unknown Battlegrounds with me. No.
I have PUBG. Me and Jinxie and his buddy Tanner used to play it all the time, and then I don't. They said something got screwed up, like people abuse some kind of exploit now, so it's not fun or something. I don't know.
Well, then maybe.
Dude, there's just this massive cloud of poison. So I have my I have my stuff spec'd so that if someone dies while they're poisoned, it creates a cloud around them.
Yeah.
That then poisons other people. I I wish you could see this right now. Hang on. I'm gonna, yeah. I started with. Look at this picture.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
I'm telling you, dude.
That
This
looks like a Dark Souls scene.
right? No, this game's so much fun.
That makes me happy. It, like, because Assassin's Creed is so much about, like, history and stuff, like, I love history. I love learning about all the things of history and everything. And
hell yeah.
They really take accuracy seriously.
Well, and I mean, you know, obviously they're not 100% true to history. But
yeah, but like, to be able to make a game that has a lot of good history lessons and is like really, really stupidly fun to play.
Right.
Like, I'm perfectly okay with you taking a few leniencies towards historical accuracy. If it means
sure.
that the game is like 1,000 times better, you know?
Right.
Do you remember when that giant church burned down? I think it was last year or 2 years ago.
Are you talking the cathedral at Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That was a big deal.
Yeah. Did you know that if they were going to reconstruct it, they actually were going to contact the people who made Assassin's Creed? Because when they were making Assassin's Creed, they scanned the entire building to make it properly for sale.
Yep. On that would have been Unity, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. So, like, they literally, it's the same thing that I always say about, I like the Fallout franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, for Fallout New Vegas, they had a properly mapped desert for the Mojave Wasteland, right?
Right.
Well, if you go up to enough NCR soldiers, eventually one of them is going to say, patrolling the Mojave makes me wish for a nuclear winter. And if they had people who were actually out there surveying the land to make the game, maybe one of the people who was out there surveying the land was like hot as fuck in the desert and was like, oh man, patrolling this Mojave really makes me feel like a
right?
Like a true to life like reference to whatever they had to do in order to map that whole place.
Right.
So what's the whole end game for that Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
So the premise is essentially it takes place during the time period where there were a lot of people coming from like Norway and moving to Great Britain.
Oh, gotcha.
So like you're essentially trying to establish like your own village.
Your claim on the land.
Yeah, yeah. And then it's broken up into different territories and stuff, because at that time there were actually 4 different kings. Like each in charge of a different part of the country.
Yeah.
And the premise, at least as far as I've seen, is you're trying to establish like connections and friendships and stuff to make it safe for your group, your clan that moved there. Dude, I'm telling you, it is such a good game. And like, I definitely like the I like some of the older Assassin's Creed games. Like the first one, I gotta be honest, was just super boring to me.
No, that's fair.
But then, like, 2 takes a while to get interesting. Yeah, and then, like, the last third of the game is amazing. At that point, it's like, oh, shit, well, now I see what's going on. And then, like, Brotherhood's probably my...
curve where they start getting better.
Yeah. Brotherhood's probably my favorite of the old ones. Just the whole rebuilding Rome was awesome.
Yeah.
And then, what was the third one in that series? I can't remember. It was Brotherhood and oh crap, Revelations. Revelations was good. Dude, yeah, and I'm spec'd that I can pick up weapons off the ground that people have dropped and throw them at other enemies. So, like, once I kill a bunch of people, I just run in a circle and keep throwing weapons at people.
I saw a cutscene from it where essentially, if you make a very specific set of choices, you can attempt to get like this girl's entire crew killed, basically. So she's got 3 friends, and she says one of them has betrayed her.
Oh yeah.
That the wrong person betrayed her. She'll kill that wrong person, and then her other friend will also get, I think, wounded.
Oh,
in
seriously?
the battle to actually, yeah. And so it's like this cutscene where this guy has an axe and he's got this girl in a hold, like holding it up to her neck.
Right.
And she elbows him in the ribs, and she starts to run away, and she gets like 4 feet, and he just turns the axe and yucks it into her back, and I'm like, oh. And like, it was like the perfect timing. She got like 5 feet away from him. Like, you didn't do anything. Like, you had an axe. You didn't evade.
Right.
You didn't move in any other direction. You ran in a straight fucking line, and he was just like, yeet. Oh man, I loved that cutscene. And then there was a bunch of people commenting on that little clip, like, "Oh, you're gonna be able to throw weapons and all this stuff."
Right.
Oh, can I actually throw a weapon? And then I saw people like could light their arrows in fires.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you manually walk up to a fire, you can light your arrow on fire.
Yep.
I was like, oh, it doesn't look good.
Well, and
game design there.
You unlock an ability at one point where you can just light your arrows anyway for a couple seconds. So like the next, I don't know, if you're firing fast, you can usually get through 5 or 6 arrows before it quits being on fire.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. Fantastic.
I imagine the fire is like a tick damage.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's an ability you can unlock called Battlefield Cremation, I think, where so like The miasma ability is the one that I'm using that's just throwing massive clouds of poison everywhere. Which is also tick damage that you don't take. So you kill that first guy and hang out in that cloud, and then everybody's getting poisoned around you.
Everybody that
as you're
comes
fighting
after you is just like,
yeah. And it makes it that much easier to kill off the rest of the group. But Battlefield Cremation, where's it at here? This one? Yeah. Enemies who perish from one of your fire attacks will continue to burn, dealing fire damage to enemies nearby. So, like, they literally just lay there on fire, and then if other enemies run up next to them, they'll catch fire. And then when they die, it creates another fire. I had, earlier when I took over the one castle, I had, like, there were, like, 12 bodies all on fire in the middle of the place. And I'm just laughing as more guys keep running at me and catching fire and dying. I'm like, suckers.
you just, like, there's a certain point where you're like, okay, guys, please, I've only killed one of you. The others were just collateral.
Right?
Yeah, I've always had, like, in any tower defense game, in any game that I could, I've got, like, that thing where I just want tick damage. I don't care about, like, dealing a massive blow or anything. I like tick damage. I like someone panicking and going, oh no.
Exactly.
That's actually why I have the Diamond Merlin before anything else, is because tick damage, I just like catching them in, like, the middle of fire. I like watching them run away. My ability ends, and I'm like, oh no, I'll never be able to get you. And then
right?
There's just something magical about it. God damn it, I'm looking as hard as I can. I cannot for life and find some good... Why do I have 1.2 gigabytes of Rocket League save? What?
Dude, you play Rocket League?
I love Rocket League, dude.
Hells yes, dude. Hells yes. We'll have to do that at some point because I fucking love it. I'm not bad. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm good.
All I can say is that I am the greatest player ever known for 10 minutes at a time.
Right. Right.
And then it's right into the toilet.
I will tell you that I cannot defend worth a shit.
Oh,
like,
no,
not even a little.
I am such a good offense, but, like, anytime that you see me, like, puppy guarding the goal,
right?
It's because my internet's being crap, and I know that the only thing I'm going to be really useful for is body blocking the goal.
Nice.
Yeah. If I ever have, like, a dip in my frames, I'm like, oh, you know what? I guess I'll just, be a busybody and chill out in the goal and do some flips or shit in the background.
Right?
I also like trying to properly align myself with kill cams. Every time that there is a score, you'll just see me flying across the screen.
Nice.
I saved all of my boost for the moment that
right?
Yay, he did something!
I'll do the backflip and then boost clear across away from the goal.
Oh, yeah. People are like, that was just unnecessary.
Strength of 2.
Come on, help me.
I've got captures from games I don't even have on my thing anymore. I've got a capture from Terra. I didn't even play that game.
I have done all I could to help him, Ava. The rest
Why would I want to capture a moment from Uno? It's just playing cards. Unless you can hear me screaming about how 3 times in a row I've gotten a +4. I don't feel like that's going to be very entertaining.
Right?
Let me stay with him. You deal with Fulke.
Look at this. Look at that space. So much more space. Please, please tell me I made enough.
I have a 2 terabyte external.
Oh
That,
my god, that sounds gorgeous.
dude, even with that being the case, I still, I don't know, once every couple months have to go through and delete a handful of games just because it's it's maxed out.
It's just too much.
Yeah.
Like, so my biggest thing is that every game that I don't want to delete is a game that I haven't finished or that's multiplayer. So,
Right.
like, The Outer Worlds. I haven't played it in like a month, but I'm not going to delete it because I haven't finished it. But every time that I do play it, I get, like, there's like a solid like 3 hours of like moving forward, learning everything, being like, whoa, this is so cool. And then I'll meet that one NPC that gives me a dirty look or says something, and I click save and I kill the shit out of him, and then I kill the entire populace of an entire city, and then I load the old save, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it.
Right.
I'll come back to this in another month.
See, I like the Fallout games, but I definitely prefer the Elder Scrolls games. Like, I'm more of a swords and sorcery type guy than, I don't know. I've always just kind of felt like if I want to shoot stuff with guns, I have those games. You know?
Oh yeah, no, I feel that. My main thing for Tessa, you shut the fuck up. He's nowhere near you. I'm sorry, my dogs fight.
No, that's alright.
Fighting.
Boss
I think
fight.
the main attraction for Fallout is just that, like, I was such a science nerd that, like, like, something about radioactivity when I was younger, like the idea of causing mutations. I was like, oh, we could make the world so much better if we could mutate things for better. Well, now they just fucking gene spike things, so I was stupid towards that. It's fine. It's fine. As soon as I saw mutants, I was like, I want to play that fucking game. And then they were like, oh, by the way, we also have robots. And I was like, well, this just became basically like 12-year-old Ty's dream game.
Right?
You got robots, you got mutants, and you got a bunch of radioactive symbols on everything, and then you got a dog that keeps getting in my face and stepping on my earbud. He's not looking up like that's looking.
This. So, I'm in a boss fight here. This stupid bitch just. She threw a firebomb at me, which caught me on fire, and then I just ran straight at her, which then caught her on fire. So I'm like, yeah, okay.
I'll show you.
So I have a. Nice. Sorry. In my main hand, I'm using a Dane axe, like one of the big ass two-handed axes.
Yeah.
That whenever I crit, it sets my weapons on fire, and then, or there's a chance that it'll set my weapons on fire whenever I crit. And then in my offhand, I'm using like a battle hammer. That whenever I crit, there's a chance it'll poison my weapons.
Oh my god.
So, as long as I'm getting crits, I'm making messes, dude. And I'm wiping out like full squads of soldiers, easy.
Yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube. I end up just like anytime that I'm not playing games with friends, like YouTube is what keeps me steady until my
Right.
other gets to piss me off because I love her so much, and she knows that I love her so much, and that's. She thought. Listen to this, man. I'm gonna get real with you. I'm a tall guy, but I'm also wide-shouldered. I like my food, man. I'm chunk, just a little chunk, just like
Right.
one step above regular chunk. I'm like, you wouldn't be scared of me, but if I was standing in an alley and then you saw a really thin guy standing in an alley, you'd be like, I'll go with the thin one because that moves food.
Well,
Like,
I'm 6 foot 6'1", depending on the day.
Yeah, Yeah,
And,
I was about to say, you need to measure me in the morning. That's when I'm like 6'3",
right.
and then by the time that
Oh,
the
damn.
day ends, I'm like 6.
Right. Well, we'll say 6'1". I weigh almost 270 pounds. I carry it well. Like, I'm a broad-shouldered guy, too. You can
Yeah, I
tell that...
carry mine well too. I'm like two. Gosh, I've actually been losing weight. So, Urban, I love you. I'm so glad that you have a toy. But I don't know what you want me to do with it. He's just holding a ball, squeaking it, and then aggressively like launching his head against my hand. He wants to like wrestle, but it's a ball, and I can't grab onto it while it's in his mouth.
Ah, gotcha.
I love you so much, though. I love you so much. But like, I'm about 255 now. I was rushing 300 for a very short period of time.
Yeah.
And then I kind of turned it around just because like, well, I got a really bad case of tinnitus at one point, and I thought, like, I'm not sure if I love you, but please. It's this new ball that we got him, and it sounds like it's got like tortured skulls inside of it.
Nice.
It doesn't like I'm sure you can hear it. It doesn't quite sound like it squeaks right. Well, like a little bit of an off tone, and it's just enough to like fuck with me. But like I had to work real hard because when I got the and everything, it was at a time in my life where I had a lot of anxiety and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like the world was ending because of my weight. Like I was like, oh my god, I got tinnitus because of my weight. I got anxiety because like I was so scared. I lost a lot of weight. I lost a lot of time too, but that was just because like, Mervin, fuck you. Go get it. I swallowed my problems because of my weight, and then I lost like 30 pounds.
Yeah.
And even after I lost 30 pounds, I still had all the problems, and then it was a moment where I was talking to a doctor because I was doing video calls with doctors right now.
Right.
I was talking to a doctor, and they were like, you realize that all of the things that you're talking about right now, aside from the tinnitus, are all like symptoms of stress? And I was like, are you shitting me? I just lost 30 pounds for nothing? All I had to do was take a fucking chill pill and I would have been fine, but no! I had to go and be healthy and shit.
Oh man. Yeah, I actually went and got my medical marijuana card about a month and a half ago.
Bro, Skeet, listen, I've never gotten a medical marijuana card. It's just, well, it's legal in California.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like, I just walk it, like, I've never had to show a card or anything. I just walk into the dispensary and I'm like, yo, set me up with a pre-roll. I want to die this movie.
Right.
We've got a company called Pacific Stone up here, and we can get an entire ounce for like maybe $85.
Right.
It's a great price, and surprisingly, it's not shit weed. Like, I've had marijuana that's given me like migraines and shit like that, just because it was just like crap. But,
right.
Oh, this it's right. You're making me want to go downstairs and grab my bone. That's a bad visceral reaction. Oh man, I just got my medical marijuana card, and I'm like, let me go grab my weed.
Right? We can smoke together on separate ends of the country.
I'll bring you with me. I'll go load a bowl, me and you know?
There we go, man. I've got,
Urban will follow me because he's
I have 3 kids, so at the moment I'm kind of staying away from like any kind of actual bud.
Yeah.
Just because the scent and whatnot. But
Yeah.
I have a vaporizer. I think.
Yeah, we were running with those. They have like the stick ones, stick wax pens and stuff like that. We were running with those for a while.
Right.
But I had one particularly bad. That's get, and ever since that one strain, I don't know what it is. Wax will just like cause like.
Oh yeah.
Symptoms of a migraine, like people go all fucking mad, you know.
Right.
So I just flour, but Abby, my significant other, she is all types of down with wax and vaporizers and all that stuff. That's kind of her thing.
Well, see, I've actually never tried any of the wax or like I'm still fairly new to the options. I guess isn't that essentially
I'm gonna tell
like
you this right now? The
What's
first time that you go to do wax, whatever you think that you should do like a quarter of that, okay? Like, I am talking less than a drop. And then just, like, I don't even know what a good size reference is, because anything that I could reference for size is going to be way too much.
Dude, this cartridge that I have...
Like, seriously, people will fuck with you if it's your first time, too. Like, Abby, the first time that she did wax, she was, like, almost to the point of throwing up, because she just took, like, one way too big hit, and that one way too big hit sticks with you for, like, an hour and a half if it's more than you can handle, so she was just sitting there, like...
Oh, that sucks.
It is a good head high, though.
Nice. Pretty much everything I have is more of, like, body high. Largely for anxiety and shit. And, man, does it make a huge difference. I have a 1-to-1 tincture. I use 0.25 milliliters twice a day. And, it's fucking awesome.
You were able to still move your body, but you were having a nightmare.
Oh, that's no good.
So, like... Kicking, punching, shit like that.
Yep.
Like, stuff that I really don't want to do while I'm sharing a bed with someone.
Right.
I'd be perfectly fine if I woke up and I was just tearing apart my pillow alone, but no, there's someone there, and I don't want to be like Wolverine and just kill anyone that I sleep with.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't seem right. So, so I'm just, so I started smoking, and I don't know what it is, but just I'll like do a little bowl, I'll play some games, I'll chill out, and like the anxiety just goes away. I stop getting my tinnitus, I stop like freaking out, I go to bed. I might have a bad dream or something, but like, because it's like a supplement for my melatonin. The weed's like, oh, were you gonna move? Yeah, that's not gonna happen, dude.
Right. No, I for a very long time have been a huge proponent of medical uses. You know what I mean? One, I'm in Ohio, so as you can imagine, it took a while for even the medical thing to pass. I think it was on the ballot like 3 times before it finally passed. And I love it, dude. It's so nice.
I feel that. They were raiding places in California after it became legal. They were still raiding places. Yeah.
Jeez.
Because the legality very specific guidelines, and it's super easy.
Right.
They didn't specifically give amounts for certain types of products for weed, and so we're stocking weed, and then they get like alternatives and stuff like that, and then the entire place would get swatted.
Gotcha.
And so you would like make, you know, an hour and a half trip to somewhere to try and grab, you know, some medical marijuana because it wasn't super common yet. And then you would get there 2 hours after they had got. And you're like,
Oh man.
you know,
I have
that
friends...
was my first trip to try and get medical marijuana for myself. And
yeah.
it did not go well.
Well, like, damn, sorry. Here
friends.
they have fairly strict guidelines here
I'm lighting right now.
as far as how much you're allowed to buy within a 90-day period and stuff. Which is, you know, I have zero problem with that. The funny thing is, like my tincture, I can't remember, is like 7 points or something, or 14 points out of the, like, you can you can get 90 points worth of stuff within a 90-day period. Okay? Well, the tincture is...
So it's a
What's up? It cut out. He's back.
Hey!
Hey, there he is. There he is.
So if yours costs 14 over a course of 90 days, you can get your dosage 5 times?
Yeah. But the funny thing is, this tincture, since I only use 0.5 milliliters a day, and it's like...
Yeah.
Oh, let me see here. I can't remember what the actual size of it is. I have like a little Ziploc container that's got a padlock on the side, a combo lock.
Oh.
So my kids can't get into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. I can't remember how much. Okay, so this is 6 days. But here, let me see. But there is 550 milligrams. No, that's the honey.
Oh my God.
I picked up a jar of the honey too, which is amazing. Not that one. Is this it? Oh fuck, dude. 660 milligrams in here, and I'm using half a milligram a day. This one bottle will last me a couple months. So, yeah, like, that's where I look at it and go, alright, so that's 6 points. But people have figured out that, like, And I asked about it, and the lady goes, "Oh, there's guys that come in here and have it down to an absolute science where, like, if they pick up a bunch of edibles, those are only 1 point apiece, and they're usually more potent." And I went, "Oh shit!" And she goes, "Yeah, you'll figure this stuff out." And I went, "All right."
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely see the pattern because, like, don't get me wrong, I've pretty much only ever used it smoking the bud. Like, I've tried the wax and it was okay. I've tried like the little pens and stuff like that. And it was okay.
Right.
But like the bud is what I usually go back to. You know, it's just the way that I was introduced to it. It's the way that feels natural to me.
Yeah, well, and I feel like it's more effective than the pens a lot of time too. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, because I'm not looking to have my fucking bell rung, you know? Bourbon, please. I just got done smoking, please.
That's awesome.
I'm not looking to have my bell rung, you know?
Right. But sometimes I am.
Like if people...
And the pen just doesn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Occasionally I wanna be like completely oblivious to the world around me for a solid like 3 hours, and that's perfectly fine on a day off.
Right.
But
Sigurd Jarl, back where you belong.
to do that as my main method of having a high sounds horrible. Like to just get so blasé about a horrible to where like every time that I go to get high, I'm like, oh, well, I'll just do a little. Like, Abigail, oh god, I love her so much. She's my everything, but my god, that woman goes to your wax.
That is not what happened.
She's such a normal, regular person. She was even straight edge when we first met, and like we have been together for like almost 9 years.
Right.
And over the course of the last 3 years, she has become like the biggest hothead I know.
You cannot even begin to imagine.
She got past all the straight edge shit, and she finally tried like some beer, and she tried some liquor, and then she got okay with smoking weed.
Gotcha.
And now it's like, yeah, it just kept escalating. It just kept progressing. I was such a bad influence.
See, my wife's the one who actually got me stoned for the first time. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, she was big into it when we met, and then over time she's backed off from it. But the whole time she's been on me about how I need to start smoking on the regular, just because it balances me out a lot and calms me down. And I was like, well, yeah, no, that's true. We went to a
you can definitely see it.
Yeah, we went to a concert and people were crowd surfing, and I got kicked in the back of the head by someone being passed up to the front. And this was like 2 months after I got back from Iraq, so like me being in a big group was already fucking me up, right? And so I got kicked in the back of the head, and I went into borderline panic mode. And my wife noticed, so she goes, "Stay right here, I'll be right back." And I went, "What?" And she goes, "Stay right here, I'll be right back." And I'm like, "Alright, cool, I'm losing my shit and you're leaving me, alright." Well, she dipped into the crowd and comes back with just a little roach. And she's like, "Hit this, and then I have to take it back, but just take a hit." And I'm like, "Alright." So I did, and then I went to hand it to her, and she goes, "No, hit it again."
I've come this far, I'm not going to start mistrusting you now.
Right. So I hit it twice, and then she took it back to whoever she got it from, and by the time she got back to me, I already felt better. Like, it was insane.
Yeah.
So I definitely.
So if you don't mind me asking,
yeah.
What where were you and what were you doing?
Will you not join us?
Overseas?
Time
You mean?
they celebrate.
Yeah.
But tonight is a melancholy.
We were. What's up, Jinxie?
I'd rather sit here quietly.
What's going on? And fuck Tier, I'm picking Tiamat again. Last time I only played with her once. I mitigated 65,000 and did 20,000 damage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Fuck. What?
Enjoy the feast, Dave.
Seriously?
Yeah.
But yeah, Ty, when I was over there, I was about an hour northeast of Baghdad, and
Bombs over Baghdad.
yeah, and I was a truck driver in the army, so we were running supplies from, like, they'd fly them into the airport in Baghdad, and we'd drive down and pick up loaded trailers and take them back to our camp.
Did of course you did. What was your MOS?
88 Mike, the truck driver. Actually, technically, it was a heavy-wheeled vehicle operator. I was licensed on like 22 different things.
God, I love their little